Welcome to That's My Biz, the Internet Business Showcase, where we bring exposure to products, services, and special causes of local businesses and organizations. Thank you so much for joining us. We are coming to you live from the BizLinks TV studio. Brought to you by Southeast Computers, repairs, upgrades, custom builds, and restorations. SoutheastComputersATL.com. Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of That's My Biz. I'm Pamela Alexander, your host, and as always, we enjoy bringing to you the wonderful businesses, nonprofits, and associations that we meet when we're out there networking. And we also have another great guest for us today, for you today, Dr. Glen Laman. Welcome.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Thank you so much. Now, we want to remind you that you can watch this episode and others that are out there in our archives at www.bizlinks.tv. You can also make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/bizlinkstv. Don't just subscribe. Make sure that you give us some thumbs up and that you also comment on the videos and give us your feedback and let us know what you think. And we'll be sure to get that information to the guests as well. Also, check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/bizlinkstv. Now, I want to share a bit with you about Dr. Laman. He is recently published a book, it's Jamaican Entrepreneurship. They review the characteristics, traits, and ideas underlying the success of some of the island's most accomplished entrepreneurs. I'll tell you, he has a wealth of information. He has a vast background, including in corporate America. He's also a founding board member of the Jamaican Chamber of Commerce of Atlanta, and he currently serves as the president of the chamber as well. So we are looking forward to talking with him. The first thing I want to dive in, let's talk a little bit about, because we know the book, we want to get into the Jamaican entrepreneurship, but just share a little bit with us about your background and how you've come to where you are now.
Right. So I grew up in rural Jamaica. Mm-hmm. I was born in Jamaica when the island was a colony of England, Great Britain. And at that time, high school was expensive, and so a few people were fortunate to win a free place or scholarships to high school, if you can believe that. And I was fortunate to do that. And so that allowed me to leave the countryside and attend high school in the city. And after graduating from high school, I migrated to the U.S. and went to college. I often tell this story that I didn't know how I was going to pay for college, because I found the cheapest college that had a payment plan. You paid half the tuition for the term, and then you had 2 other installments. So I had the first half. Okay. Had no idea how I would pay the second 2 installments, but it worked out. And then here I am many years later, and I've achieved a doctorate.
Wow, yes. Fantastic. Wonderful background that lets everybody know that you can accomplish it as well, even when you have those challenges. So now tell me, when did you discover your love of entrepreneurship?
As a boy, my father had a restaurant and a small shop, and I also knew this woman when I lived in Kingston who had a small restaurant. But I remember, even to this day, the wonderful food, the smell, the taste, and she had a very successful shop. And then she actually expanded to have 2 shops. But the interesting thing about this woman was she was completely illiterate. And everyone would say behind her back that she could not tell A from B. But yet, she had this spirit, this entrepreneurial spirit, and was very successful. So I've always been inspired. I think about her all the time, because I was trying to go to school and it was a struggle. And I'm saying, well, this lady is doing this without any education at all. Right. You know, how is that?
Right.
And so I've always been fascinated by people who are entrepreneurial and always wanted to understand, what makes them tick.
Okay. So what was your first taste and jump into the entrepreneurship world? What did you do?
So I opened a restaurant.
Okay.
In a shopping mall here in that metro area, and I can tell you that it's very hard work.
Yes.
Keeps you up at night. But it's your own business, and there's a great feeling in being in charge and being your own boss and that kind of thing. So that was my first venture. The second venture was I imported frozen coconut water. Being from the island, we drink coconut water. Yeah. It's very good for you. And so I imported the frozen version, which is as close to natural as you can get. Okay. And that was my I introduced that to the Atlanta market, and today it's a big seller.
Wow!
Yes.
Wow! Fantastic. I know I've seen quite a number of the coconut water products on the market, so it's fantastic to know that some of it may have been because of your vision to bring it here and introduce it to everyone. So now you wrote the book Jamaican Entrepreneurship. Share with us a bit about that journey.
Right. So my educational journey, as I explained to you, was a long one because I really did not work on my doctorate until I was 60.
Okay.
So, after working for years, I said, well, the next thing is to achieve the pinnacle of educational accomplishment, was a doctorate. And so that's when I embarked on the doctoral program.
Wow.
And for my research, for the dissertation, I decided to focus on entrepreneurship.
Okay, that's
and
fantastic.
so that was my work.
Wow.
And then decided to turn it into a book.
Okay, now, and I have to digress because I'm telling you, if the coconut water is what makes you look this great and you're past 60, we're going out and we're getting some, because I know y'all are thinking he doesn't even look 60, so, but I had to just throw that in there. So entrepreneurship helps you, right?
Yes.
Right, exactly. That's when you started. My goodness. So a bit about the book. So now tell everyone kind of what can they expect when they get the book. What kind of information is in there for entrepreneurs?
So the book provides what you might say is a roadmap for entrepreneurial success. So if you want to find out what it takes to be a good entrepreneur, what's behind the success, what are some of the good ideas, what are the characteristics that you need to adopt, what are the traits that will propel you to success. This book has all of that. Okay. It focuses on the Jamaican entrepreneurs because we have 15 stories of 15 successful Jamaicans who came, many of them like me, came from a rural area, no electricity, no running water, and yet they achieved the prominence in the Jamaican economy.
Okay.
And some of them, 4 of them, are actually overseas as well. So we have Jamaicans in Jamaica as well as Jamaicans who have migrated, who have achieved success. So their stories are inspiring. They lay bare, their early life, the obstacles, the challenges they had to overcome, and it's a great inspiration for people who are looking to start a business or just want to be inspired in general.
And I think it's exciting to hear the stories and to read the stories about the Jamaican entrepreneurs. Tell me a little bit about what makes being a Jamaican entrepreneur different. And first of all, because the running stereotype is that you have 50 jobs, right? Yes. But I always say, how can you do that and be successful at one thing if you're focused on so many different things? So kind of tell me what is a little bit different with being a Jamaican entrepreneur versus being maybe an American entrepreneur.
Right. So Jamaica is a small island developing state. So the small island state, we have unique challenges. For example, we don't have the economies of scale of a big market with millions of customers, for example. So that's a problem. Of course, we have natural disasters, hurricanes, come and blow everything down. You have political problems. We have social problems because Jamaica was an island state, was a colony of of Great Britain. So all of those challenges. The economy is bad. Jamaica owes a lot of money. So many Jamaicans have to create their own jobs, so they're entrepreneurial and they create jobs out of necessity. So that is what happens. They have that natural instinct to look and to find a solution to their monetary needs, and so that's what makes them unique. But they, at the same time, have the same characteristics that I think you'll find anywhere, and so that's I think is the lesson, is that Jamaicans can do it on the world stage. They can do it in Jamaica as well.
Okay. So now would you say the book is more for Jamaican entrepreneurs in Jamaica and building a business? Is it for Jamaican entrepreneurs that are here in the States as well, or just for all entrepreneurs? I
think it's for all entrepreneurs. The principles are universal. I think the characteristics and the traits apply to anyone in any situation. Okay. It's just that the examples that I've chosen are Jamaicans because I know their stories and they're the ones who are willing to talk to me. Okay. Yes. Okay. Great. So now, so you worked in corporate America, worked for several different companies. Coca-Cola was one of those where you were an executive. Kind of share what are the differences in being in corporate America and then moving into entrepreneurship. Right. So when you work in corporate America, you have a lot of committees. You have a boss. You have strategic planning, and so on, all of those things. And you have a vast amount of resources available to you. When you're an entrepreneur, you're kind of the one-man operation.
Right.
You have to think of everything, and you have a lot of challenges that you probably don't have a team that you can call on. And of course, you're limited in funding. So that probably is the main thing. The resources that you can make available to help solve your problems.
Oh, okay. So then how do you suggest entrepreneurs overcome some of those things that they don't have that they would have by being in corporate America?
Right. So one of the things, one of the characteristics of a good entrepreneur is they have built a good social network, social capital.
Okay.
So you'll find that whether it's your family, for example, one of the entrepreneurs in the book, Lowell Hawthorne, who founded the Golden Crust Caribbean restaurants, he had a big family.
Okay.
I think 11 siblings, and they got together and says, we need to do this.
Okay.
And they pooled their money together. He mortgaged his house, his sisters, put their savings.
Right.
So social capital was important in their initiative.
Okay.
And it's important for all entrepreneurs.
Okay.
So while you alone may not have all the resources, you can join networks. Join the Chamber of Commerce, for example. We're having a launch this weekend.
Okay.
This is another avenue where you can meet other entrepreneurs. You can find out what resources are available to help you. Okay. Many agencies have programs. There's a Small Business Administration, for example, that can help you with advice, with loans, with
Right.
So on, with resources.
Right. I love that because, one of the things that he mentioned is networking, and that is so key. You learn it in corporate that you have to network to move ahead. Same thing with growing your business, and you have to network even more. But doing that real networking and making sure that you're finding the right resource and right places to network with. If you heard, for the Jamaican Chamber of Commerce of Atlanta, you are having a launch. So you tell everyone a little bit more about the chamber, and then definitely about the launch.
Right. So the Jamaican Chamber of Commerce was formed about a year ago. We had a soft launch at the Jamaican Independence Ball last year. Okay. And since then, we've been busy trying to get all our ducks lined up in a row. We've incorporated, we've done all the paperwork, with the necessary government agencies and so on. And we've had some programs, we've had some seminars and that type of thing. And we have a lot of seminars planned. Coming up, we have something with the FDA. We have a lot of Jamaican restaurants. Okay. They need to understand what their regulations are, what they need to rules that they need to comply with. We also have a seminar coming up on internet security. We just coming in this morning. They were talking about hacking, and so these are seminars that will be beneficial to most small businesses. So the chamber will be launched, and we think we can pull together Jamaicans, not just Jamaicans, but we think anybody anywhere who wants to be a member, who has an interest in Jamaica, you're welcome to come and join us. Okay, great. And be a part of the Chamber of Commerce. Great, and that's definitely what I wanted to ask. Was it specifically geared towards Jamaican businesses? Great, if you want to be Jamaican, come on down. I've always wanted. I had some kindred spirit with Jamaica and love the land and country. So with now, so the chamber. So you're doing the launch. Right. Now tell everyone about the launch. We know once you're going to watch this now, it's coming up. But even afterwards, also we want them to just know about the chamber, so that folks that are watching this later on will have that contact information as well. Right. So the Jamaican Chamber of Commerce of Atlanta. It's also known as JAMCHAM. JAMCHAM, and you can go to our website, which is jamchamatl.org, and you can get more information about upcoming events and how to join us. Okay, fantastic. So you all make sure that you go out to the website and check it out, and be sure to network as well. Now, maybe just touch a little bit on what would be the difference in joining JamCham and maybe one of the county type chambers. Do you suggest they do both, or what's kind of the value that you all bring? Right. So we bring, I think, the unique flavor of being Jamaican. And for example, there might be some businesses that may need to source Jamaican products, or they may want to do business in Jamaica. Okay. If, for example, you have a product that you might want to sell in Jamaica. So that's the aspect that we bring. Okay. We have affiliates in Jamaica. For example, recently we had a roadshow from the from an agency known as Jampro,
Okay.
which brought a lot of new Jamaican products to Atlanta.
Okay.
And so we put them in touch with buyers here in the Atlanta area, people who might be interested in buying those Jamaican products.
Okay.
So it's those kinds of arrangements that we can help facilitate.
Okay, that's fantastic. So just having another avenue, another resource that you can tap into, and you can't have enough resources, and you can't make enough connections, and you want to have some variety in your resources as well. So definitely, that sounds like a great opportunity for businesses to get involved in, especially if they're wanting to learn how to do business outside of the United States as well. And I'm sure a lot of what they learn they can apply to a lot of other places as well outside of the U.S. also. So now, before we leave, tell everyone maybe just a little bit about your vision for Jamaica.
Right. So my vision for Jamaica is that we leverage entrepreneurship. Right now, we are naturally entrepreneurial in Jamaica, as we stated. But what has happened, though, is that most of the Jamaican entrepreneurs are what we call necessity entrepreneurs.
Mm-hmm.
They do it because they can't find a job or they don't have the proper education and so on. So what we want to do is to transform those into what we call opportunistic entrepreneurs. These are entrepreneurs who can go to the next level, who can expand from one shop to two shops, who can create value, who can create wealth, and therefore by that spur the economy and transform the island as we know it. Okay.
Well, we look forward to it, because I'll tell you, I definitely enjoy the island and have an opportunity to really kind of go and feel like a local oftentimes. So I always suggest people do that. Do the touristy thing, that's fun, but also get a chance to really experience it, get inside of the island, not kind of just some of the outer cities there. You'll learn a lot, very resourceful. The one thing I always say is they'll never go hungry. The food, you could just walk down the street and pull it off the trees, right? So
they fall off the trees.
Exactly. So I love that, and talking about the entrepreneurship and learning more about that. We definitely look forward to learning more and hearing more about the Chamber, as well as everyone want to make sure that you get Jamaican Entrepreneurship. Please share with everyone how they can obtain your book also.
Right, so my book is available online, Amazon.com, and also at Barnes & Noble.
Okay.
It's available in those, and there are also in some Jamaican stores here in the area. You can also get a copy.
Great, fantastic. Yes. Well, we thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, everyone. I'm Pamela Alexander with BizLinks TV Network, and you are watching That's My Biz. We hope you picked up some new ideas and some thoughts, and look forward to hearing about you networking more with the Jamaican Chamber of Commerce of Atlanta as well. Be sure to reach out to them. Also, be sure to let everyone know about That's My Biz at www.bizlinks.tv. Also, again, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/BizLinksTV. Don't just subscribe. Make sure that you give us some comments and that you thumbs up as well. And then also, please follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/BizLinksTV. And we're on all the other social networks as well, so you'll be able to find us no problem at BizLinks TV. Remember, we're exposing your business to the world.
10 years to learn the business. 10 years to make a name. 1 year on your own. It takes time to build a small business, but only 60 days to transform it with email marketing from Constant Contact. Sign up with Constant Contact and get 60 days of free email marketing to generate referrals, connect with clients, and build the business you've always wanted. Constant Contact. Start your 60-day free trial today.
Thank you for joining us. Today's show can be viewed on demand on our website at www.bizlinks.tv. If you are interested in having your products, services, or special cause showcased on our program, submit an inquiry to that'smybiz@bizlinks.tv. In addition, information on advertising and hosting your own show can be found on our website at bizlinks.tv.